Aha! Back in the studio. Hello, everybody. Check out what I have. It's the winter time. Well, where I am, it's the winter, and that means snow is on the way. And last year, we tried to convert a new bright 1/6 scale snowmobile into one that actually worked, you know, with a better motor, a better ESC, a better battery, but unfortunately it was really a toy grade machine and couldn't hold up to the cold. So I know a lot of us have looked at these over the years. Some of us have been kind of shy about getting one. And I remember when the first Art Attack snowmobile came out, I was just barely into the RC scene, and I didn't even see a purpose in a snowmobile. But because I live in Canada and because we get so much snow, I figured that I would always check in, and I always complained. I'm like, oh, somebody only built like a great snowmobile. And a lot of folks that watch this show or that are in the RC hobby to begin with actually have heard of Art Attack, and a lot of us thought they stopped making these. They had a nitro one, I think, and now the electric one. In fact, on the side of the box here, I'm a little nervous because I ordered an electric. It does say nitro, but I did order the electric kit. All of these come in kits. But the new website that I found, it's artattacksnowmobile.net. I'll put a link in the video description box down below just to clarify in case I did get it wrong, but that's pretty close. They have a whole bunch, the website's kind of dated, but it's got really easy PayPal stuff to go in and select the kit you want. They've got a ton of upgrades now, and I thought I would get one this year and put it together on camera for you guys. I've always wanted to see it. Anywho. Dun-da-da. Funny, it even shows the nitro engine. Check it out right there. You guys ask me why I don't really do nitro. I find it very finicky at the altitude and the weather, you know, where I live. So unboxing today. Dun-da-da. I haven't seen any of this. Assembly Manual 4th edition. Yeah, it was like the website. It was almost like the company was purchased and revamped again. I really have no idea, but I tried to look for an about section on their website. Couldn't find one, so no history. All I know is they've been around since at least 14 years. I remember reading on their site in 2001 they had some sort of issue where they had to do a recall. But not recently. All of the instructions, the Art Attack assembly instructions, not really the usual type of instruction book I'm used to seeing, but it looks fairly straightforward. No steps, just each one. I think it's going down. I'll have to have a closer look at this. And it still is showing me the nitro engine in here, which is shocking me a little bit because I did order the electric transmission. So the motor obviously mounts on here. This is a separate transmission. I think it's basically a conversion. But again, we'll find out more as I go. And whatever I do need to make it work, I'll make it work. Here's the pinion. What tooth is it? A 32 pitch and a 24 tooth pinion is what it comes with this transmission. And it's belt driven. It almost looks like this is printed, but I can't tell. Here we go. 110XL Flexinstat. Flex 10. This is obviously the drive belt. Oh, I say obviously, but I really don't know. Let's have a look at what's in the box. Dun-da-da. I did do some research on YouTube and online. I've been following this over the years. And for me in Canadian, you know, it depends. I always hate mentioning prices because prices shift as time goes on. It's almost like YouTube videos never age, but the prices of things always fluctuate. But altogether, for me, shipping Canada, the exchange rate, about just under 500 bucks. I did buy the kit because I'd like to paint this a green Kawasaki color. Oh man, check this out. This is the belt. I believe this is the upgraded belt. Look at this. It's almost like it's been hand done. These, like it's had a belt, but every second one has been cut out. And if you look at it, It looks pretty neat. I also know that on their website they have helpful tips and tricks. I was like perusing through it where you guys can actually stud these belts. I probably will as well. But the drive gear, which is in here, they have several different drive gears. I'll be discovering them as I discover my own needs. But check it out. Yeah, weird. I'm going to go in here with a knife and kind of clean this up, but check it. Come on. There we go. Check it. These are gears. I'll go in here with a brush, maybe a wire brush or a X-Acto knife, and start cutting it out just to make sure everything fits properly. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. It's a nice snug fit right inside the barrel. I think Art Attack is about to be very rich. We're going to do a wicked build and everyone's going to want one. And all of a sudden we're going to have snowmobile races at the RCSparks studio track, which would be awesome. It's about time I've done another build. I know everyone was wondering about Overkill and my 10x10 that I had started last year. And then with my son and my back injury and everything that's been going on, I've been very hesitant to stand in front of the camera on the concrete for a long time. But I figured this would be something we've all wanted to see anyway. I definitely want to put together a snowmobile for this year. The snow hasn't flown yet, but it's going to soon enough. So here's a bag. There's a bag. Here's the skis. You guys are seeing this all for the first time, just like me. I'm going to get these other parts, put this box down so you guys can get a good idea of what's in the box. Dun, 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 dun. So the gear looks like bearings. Yep, definitely bearings. Comes in a bearing case. You guys can't see the focus, but there we go. But still, there they are. Looks like some springs. Awesome, totally unique. I would love to paint this. I think what I'm going to paint this is, if you guys remember my Savage Flux HP, I've got the old Excel Kawasaki quad rider on it. I want to paint this Kawasaki green. And, you know, my kid will love it anyway. Morris will love it. My son, who's almost 2 years old at the time of this filming, look at this ski. Wow. That is awesome. So it's a nice wide ski. It's got a nice bevel cut down, pretty sharp. I'm trying to get a good angle so you can see. Looks nice and sharp. Hopefully this will give me better steering. With the new Bright, I certainly didn't have any control of steering. The suspension was very loose. Both skis, you know, as I'd be running along, would be doing this kind of back and forth, and it wouldn't be very stable. So I look forward to something like that. Here's the suspension arms. Coming out of the bag, I'll be ending up putting all these back anyway. It says Art Attack right along there. Dun, dun, dun. So upper and lower suspension arms. I have no idea what this is, except it looks like it goes to the body. Nope, it doesn't. Or it does, and I haven't figured it out, but I have no idea what I'm doing yet. Maybe it's a skid plate, who knows. I doubt it though, being clear. Okay, so skis go back in here. This is just normal. Ooh, that is a steering horn. This must be for steering, the whole steering setup. A heck of a lot of washers and bolts with a whole list of what's in there. Cool. Obviously the bottom tub. Top piece must go something like that. So the unit itself, when it's finished, I was looking on YouTube, looks to be, I'm not sure how far this goes back, but it's a pretty big, it looks almost like the size of an 8 scale truck, or if we're talking Traxxas, it looks the length of their Summit. It's kind of tough for you guys to see, too much clear, too much black, but I wanted, instead of doing it on the white background for you, at least it kind of gives you an idea of what we're getting here on the black background. A seat, I think a driver on this with the proper setup is going to be choice. Anyway, so what am I going to put in here? Well, you know, I am a Tekin man. I have been. Some of you guys pronounce it Tekin. Tekin has been with me a long time. I've been using them for 7 years, so of course I'm going to drop an RX-8 in here. We're going to drop some sort of big brushless motor in here. This must be the back wheels. Check it out. the rollers for the track setup. I do a lot of assumptions when I'm looking in the box, and sometimes I'm wrong, but I think that's it. Excuse me. And well, that's great. So next video, let's go ahead, we'll open it up. I'm gonna get a general idea of what's going on here and figure out what kind of system. I'll use a Savox waterproof servo in here. I'll probably have to waterproof the RX-8. Who knows, but this is what my next project is, the Art Attack snowmobile. More information in the video description box down below. You guys want to follow along? Go ahead and subscribe. I'm excited for this. I've always wanted one of these.